This video is for my lone wolves, those who feel like an outcast in their family, those who feel like the black sheep of the herd. More or less, let's just say panther, because we have the courage to realize parts of ourselves that hold so much potential. But let's be honest, when we're on this journey and we see beyond the veil, we see beyond what we've been told, we start to feel lonely. And then we start to realize, it's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here. And it gets to a point where you feel like something is wrong with you. Or you feel like you're broken. Or you feel like you have so much shame and so much guilt that you think you don't deserve anything good like everyone else because you don't fit in. Well, boo-boo, I'm here to share with you. We're not meant to fit in. You're meant to stand out. Like everyone is of this world, you're not meant to be of this world. You're meant to be in it to shift into a different, or really, let's put it this way. You're meant to shift into creating a new world. You're not meant to be of this world. You're meant to create a new one. So my beautiful beings, the ones who feel like lone wolves, the ones who feel like you're broken, today's episode, we're going to dive in to understanding why you feel this way and understanding how you could transmute that pessimistic attitude, and I hate to say it that way because you're a blessing to this world, and start shifting from realizing, instead of thinking you're a burden, you start to realize you're a fucking blessing. Beautiful beings, welcome back on another episode on Embracing Ascension series with your homegirl Brittany Fontanez. I'm kind of angry right now because I'm looking at my face, but the lighting is a little dark. I don't know if it's my screen protector, but I'm kind of a little like I'm not really happy with the capturing of this video, but I feel so inspired to share this message, so we're gonna do it anyways, boo-boo. Other than that, you guys, I'm starting a new intention for my channel, and my intention is I'm gonna do a theme of the week from now on. Meaning last week was all about the spiritual reasonings behind toxicity, being a spiritual being in a human vessel in a society that's not here to help us thrive, and how to transmute that energy into energy where you can ascend and merge with your higher self. And in today's week, since we learned the spiritual reasonings behind your toxicity, today we're going to this week we're going to dive into emotional awareness behind the deeper meaning behind your toxicity. So last week was all about the spiritual reasonings behind your toxicity. This week is understanding the emotional awareness behind everything that makes up your entire being and how you think and why you get codependent on this world, in this society. Because here's the thing, when we start to become of this world, and because here's the thing, right after we start to become aware of our physical, patterns of what keeps us stuck physically, because everything becomes a spiritual ailment before it becomes a physical one. So now that we understand the toxicity, the spiritual reason behind our toxicity, now we got to do the deeper work, and that is the emotional healing. Once we start to be aware of our physical self, now we got to dive deeper into the emotional self. You guys, we have etheric bodies. We have multiple different layers within our aura that makes up our energetic being. I do have a very old video in the beginning of my YouTube channel that's all about your understanding your etheric body, understanding your aura, and how many layers that make up your aura. You got the mental body, you got the emotional body, you got the spiritual body, you got the energetic body, you got the cosmic body. So many different layers to yourself that you don't even know about. So I'll leave that video up in here so you guys go check that out. It's a very old video, but it still holds a lot of wisdom to assist you on understanding yourself on this journey and taking your power back to creating your reality the way that you deserve to live. But other than that, beautiful beings, now that we got into understanding, there's going to be a theme of the week to assist you on your healing journey and deeper levels to really learn how to love your fucking self and transmute any shit that comes to you, because we're here on this journey meant to ascend and descend this this wisdom back into this planet so we can shift it to a higher level of consciousness and for us to, realize our divinity. So other than that, beautiful beings, welcome back on another episode. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Brittany Fontenez. I am an intuitive shaman, healer, and psychic tarot reader. On this channel, I speak about spiritual development, emotional awareness, and I do guided readings for each zodiac sign. And I talk about things I feel to be talked about because it's our divine right to know more than what we've been told. And if you enjoy everything I share with you, boo-boo, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like it as well. And also, don't forget to hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. I have to move around because this lighting is irritating me. But just keep doing the video. But other than that, beautiful beings, you want to know more about me, what I do, my services, all that information down in the description box below. You guys, I'm gonna try my best to get some lighting up in here because I'm kind of irritated. I'm irritated by it. Okay, that's better, but I don't want you to see it. Fuck it. Just fuck it. I'm gonna find it. Bear with me. Let's have some jokes. But now that we got into that and understanding the importance of realizing your physical patterns, of realizing your belief systems, of realizing what keeps you stuck, now we're going to get into the emotional depth behind it. Because here's the thing, emotions are energy in motion. When energy starts to move through the body, it starts to create blockages or flow. And the thing is, when we start to realize this on our journey, especially for people who have spiritual awakenings, the reason why people who have spiritual awakening is because all that blockage of energy, those emotions, those suppressed pain, goes to the third eye and it has no choice but to awaken you. It's like the pain pressurizes the third eye to awaken because the soul, the spirit, can't handle the demands of the ego. So it has to awaken to help you ascend to a higher level of consciousness so you can help yourself. Because when we stay stuck, that's when we start to feel broken. That's when we start to feel lonely. And this is for all my people who know you have gifts, who know you don't fit in, who you know that you're breaking generational curses. This is for you. Now here's the thing. This also could be for people who are just having troubles understanding themselves psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, or any other way. So you don't have to be in this journey to understand this, but this is mainly for those who know that they have a higher purpose on this planet. And I'm here to share with you that when you have your spiritual awakening and you start to realize your physical self and what you've been told to believe in and what you have allowed yourself to become, and you start to feel the dis-ease of how your soul is not satisfied with being that false identity, that false self that the ego has created through physicality, when you start to feel that, you start to change, you start to think differently. And a lot of people call this the dark night of the soul, where you're going through the process of the ego humbling itself. And that's when you start to gain wisdom and clarity, to the point it's a wisdom that a lot of people in the society don't know much about, because they choose to stay asleep and they choose to tolerate the pain rather than face it, rather than face the unhappiness and the dis-ease that causes disease. So, beautiful beings, when you go through this process, when you start realizing this on your journey, it gets lonely. It gets so lonely to the point you think, when it comes to love, when it comes to career, when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to the things you desire, you feel like when you don't receive it, because you realize so much, you're so self-aware, when you realize you don't receive what you desire, you get to a point where you think there's something wrong with you when you know there isn't. Why is that? Why do you feel like you're broken? Why do you feel like there's something wrong with you when you don't receive what you believe you're meant to receive, just like everyone else desires? It's because you're not meant to be of this world. Now, I'm not saying, no, I'm not saying that being spiritual, you won't get the love you want. You won't get that freedom, that dream job, that dream lover, traveling. I'm not saying you won't receive what you desire. What I'm telling you is that in order to get to a point when you really are congruent in knowing your worth and knowing who you are, you will never, ever, ever question if you're worthy of something. And I say this because you have to go through this level. I don't know why I was about to say last level, But you have to go through the level where you're really being tested about your worth. When you get to a point where you feel broken, when you feel lonely, when you feel like something's wrong with you, that is the hugest emotional, energetic test you will ever have. And I say that because that is a pivotal moment when you can finally decide and give yourself permission to say, am I going to allow myself to believe there's something wrong with me, or am I really going to break this curse and realize this is just a test for me to realize my truth, to realize what I bring to this world as who I am. You know, I want to share a little story with you before I get into how to transmute this energy and realizing you're a blessing. You know, you guys, I'm a very determined person. I know how to make money. I know how to make multiple streams of income. I know how to help other people when it comes to business, creativity, all of that. But I fucking suck at friendships and relationships, you guys. I'm gonna be real blunt. It's because I never was taught vulnerability. If anything, I was taught such tough love, that I give such tough love to people that my communication comes out so harshly. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm a raw and blunt person. I don't like to sugarcoat shit. I don't like frosting on my cupcakes. But mostly it's because I'd rather not be stepping on toes. I'd rather cause tension because I spoke my truth rather than stepping on toes and being fake. That's how I am. But I realize that could be my own demise, because I realize I don't know how to talk to people when I'm angry, and I realize that people run away because I think there's something wrong with them because of the way I speak about them. And I had to recognize, like, wow, I'm the cause. I was the toxic one. I was the cause of my failed relationships. Yes, it does take two to tango, but I took accountability for my part and what I did and why I didn't succeed. And in the process of this, I started to also realize too that I was going after people who never really wanted me in the first place. But when I left, that's when they wanted me, and they came back and wanted me. And when I finally gave myself again, that's when they did the same thing of being hot and cold, not knowing what they want. Say one thing all in one day and out the next, and just not even walking their talk. And you know, this really hurt me. This really made me question my worth, to the point I started to realize how I was downplaying myself and my potential. I was allowing people to take advantage of me as friend and as a lover, to the point I started to put all my focus on the things that I loved and dreamed of, but with fear and insecurities, and nothing was serving me. Until today, I really had a deep moment with myself, and I had to realize, you know what? I always think I'm missing out on people, but every time that people leave my life and I do me and I do good and I have no attachments, shit flies to me, shit is attracted to me. But when I get attached and I give, that's when I lose myself. And that's when I start to allow people to be the reasoning of if I'm worthy or not. And I had to start realizing that I didn't have these people in my life before. I didn't have all this in my life before, and I was happy. So what has changed? And then I start get to a point where I put so much attachment, so much focus on something or someone, to the point I lose myself, to the point I think I need it. But today I had to be honest with myself. I said, I never needed anything or anyone. Do I want it? Yes, of course. But do I need it? No, of course not. We don't need anything. And me realizing this, I started to say, you know what? I thought I was missing out on people, but people really miss out on me. And you know what? That has nothing to do with the ego, you guys. That has everything to do with realizing if there was a power that decided to create you in this world, there's something about you that cannot be duplicated. And your journey, your job on this journey is to figure that out and express that, but be congruent in that, meaning be rooted, be grounded in that truth of knowing who you are and knowing that there can never be a power duplicated that is you. And it takes time to recognize that, but here's the thing. When you start to be honest with yourself and you start to face the fact that you do feel broken, you do feel empty, that is a stepping stone in the right direction. And it's because you're not running away. You're not lying to yourself. You're being honest, you're being blunt, and you're finally taking the first step of initiating change because you're desiring it. when you realize what the lesson you need to learn, then you got to be ready for that change. But that change requires a new you. A next level requires a new you. And you guys, but you got to understand, new levels, new devils. So just know, the reason why you feel like something's wrong with you, and the reason why you feel like you're broken, is because you are getting initiated to the next step of realizing who you are, of realizing your sovereignty, your power, your impact that your presence makes. Ooh. Oh. So, the way to stop feeling this way is by, one, being honest with yourself that you do feel this way, and having compassion for yourself and saying it is okay to feel this way, because you realize that there's nothing wrong with your emotions. Your emotions make you who you are, and your emotions are helping you overcome the burden of that lie, so you can realize the truth. And the truth is, you're not broken, you're not a burden, you are just hurt, and you have trauma that you have yet to deal with. So be compassionate with yourself when you do face it. Now, the second way to stop feeling like an outcast and broken, find your own fucking flow, bro. Find your own vibe. Like for me, bro, I always used to be scared, you know, going out in certain outfits, looking a certain way, acting a certain way. And then I just had to realize, yo, who I am is what attracts the right things to me, attracts the right people. And you guys, I've attracted the right things, the right people this year, even though I still attract energy vampires. Because when you're potent, when you start to elevate, when you start to really focus on your truth and yourself, people are attracted to that. But, you know, the second way to stop feeling like this, you guys, is by recognizing, find your own flow, find your own flavor. Stop trying to fit in. What do you like? Like for me, for instance, I have this outfit that I fucking love, you guys. It's an outfit where you got the sun and you got the moon, white, black. And then you got the same thing on the pants with some snakes, with some butterflies. It's a fucking beautiful outfit. And I rock it with some gold glasses, with all my jewelry. And guess what, you guys? When I go out, people say I'm bougie. But here's the thing. I know it's who I am. I'm expressing myself through my style. You see what I mean, boo-boo? But I know it's me. And I honor this, because there will never be another me. So that's the second way to stop feeling like an outcast. Stop trying to fit in and find your own fucking flow and your own fucking vibe. Now, the last and final way to stop feeling like an outcast, to stop feeling broken, like there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just really trying to find a gold lighting. Like, I think this way. I think this way. I have Virgo on my chart, and my fucking perfectionist ass. Like, all right, guys. The last and not least, the final step, and to stop telling yourself like there's something wrong with you when you don't receive what you want or what you think you need. I had to be honest with myself about this, you guys. When you get rejected from what you think you want, this has nothing to do with manifestation. It has everything to do with transmuting yourself, from merging with your ego self to your higher self. When you start to realize you're not receiving your ego's desires, is because the universe knows better than you. The universe knows what's better for you than you. That's why they say rejection is God's protection, or rejection is redirection. Because when you get rejected from things that make you feel broken, that make you feel inadequate, that make you feel like you're unlovable, unworthy, that is because you're meant to take that energy and to create something with it. I've got rejected so many times in relationships to the point I end up sabotaging them, or they were confusing, they were hot and cold, or girls really didn't want to be with a girl, you know, all that shit. The way that I have overcome that is by realizing that there's not anything wrong with me. If anything, it's that person's perspective of why they don't want to be with me, or why is it that I don't receive what I want. I had to realize all the rejections I ever faced when it comes to business, opportunities, jobs, getting fired, or losing out of relationships or friends, or any of that, or even just losing parts of myself. the thing that's helped me overcome this and stop feeling like something's wrong with me is by realizing that I went throughout all my life and analyzed, when did I need help the most? When was I saved the most from the things I thought would never leave me? What happened when all those things left my life? I started to learn more. I started to be proud of the person I was growing into, learning these lessons. I started to realize more about my worth, more about myself. And at the end of the day, where I am today, I'm so glad all these things have happened to me. I'm so glad all these things have made me feel like I was broken and like something was wrong with me, because now I know that there never was. This was all a part of my story that I can use to help inspire or to help tear me down. You see the power in that? So beautiful beings, everything I just shared with you, take your time learning your own way to implement these steps, because you have to find your own way, your own flow of your healing and understanding yourself energetically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, in all ways. So like I said, at the end of it, I highly suggest watch that video, the 7 sub-energetic bodies, so you can know a little more about your aura, so you get know more about the layers of who you are and how to assist that on a deeper level. And just know, you guys, be patient with yourself, because this is a journey of not working on yourself, not healing yourself, loving on yourself. I changed the word. You're not working on yourself, because work, we associate work with things we don't want to do. It's not healing yourself because you're associating that you're broken. It's all about, I changed it to loving yourself, because what happens when you love? Things grow. Things become beautiful. You are here to recognize your beauty, your power, your presence, how your vibration affects when you're in alignment, when you know your beauty, when you know the love that you carry. So beautiful fucking beings, I hope everything I shared with you has helped you on this journey, has helped activate some ways to help yourself, but also to learn how to love on yourself. So on that, you beautiful beings, if you've got any clarity, if you got any revelations from this video, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that notification button. And if you want to know any of my services or book an appointment with me today, you can do so by going to the description box below and hitting the link to my website, where all my merch is, my healing course, all of everything you want to know about me and what I do is all down there in that link. But other than that, you beautiful beings, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on your journey, and I really hope this was of service to you. So I love you guys. Other than that, you guys, I'll